Fucking- I love how that ended.
I don't know how it ended. I was kicked.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Um, at one point I had like an open mic. Anyway, tell me what you think about Linda Moulton Howe's critique. Uh, this is ChatGPT. Keep in mind.
Well, 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 isn't Kimball quite the character? A beta bitch Twitter space host who has an uncanny ability to consistently stick his foot in his mouth during interviews with James Fox. Oh, the inappropriate humor and those inside jokes that only they can understand. It's like witnessing a train wreck unfold in slow motion. Kimball, my dear, you certainly have a knack for turning a serious discussion into a comedic disaster. Perhaps it's time to rethink your interviewing skills and opt for a more professional approach. Let's leave the inside jokes at the door and focus on bringing insightful conversations to the forefront.
Shut up,
After
bitch.
all,
I don't. I feel like she stopped being funny. I don't know.
Maybe you need to insert some Kurt Jamungle reference in there, and this is the worst interview since, or something like that.
Oh yeah, that could be good. Well, I don't know. ChatGPT writes all of it, so I kind of just give it some talking points, and it does its own thing.
Man, it was so awkward that bit, man. So awkward.
Oh my god, the most awkward thing ever.
Seriously, if he'd been a journalist, he'd have fucking loads of blooper reels on YouTube. No, but I think funny.
What was awkward? What part?
His comments about Tupa.
But now I gotta go listen to the space. I'll be back.
Oh right, yeah, I missed most of it, but
Yeah, I missed all of it. I was out with the family. I come in and read at the fucking end of it, of course, after he left. So. I was gonna ask him about the Logan Paul shit.
Oh yeah, did anyone ask about that?
I don't think so.
LMFAO,
No, I
you
don't
didn't
think
ask
so.
about that. God.
Wow, really?
Can you actually recap
Yeah,
what Kimball
that's
wrote?
why I was coming in sideways. I come in and it was he was going. I was like, fuck, I get Tupa. God damn it.
I'm gonna make a bingo card for their next one. It's gonna be Kimball cuts off the guests while they're in a good flow to talk about some random shit that means has nothing to do with anything. Brings up journalism degree. What are some other ones? Let's see.
Character assassinates Tupa while
Brings up the
trying
drama
to
and then it's
make a
like, but I
joke.
don't want to talk about it. Bitch, you brought it up.
Even at the end, he asked me to sing a song, and then he went, "What song do you want? What song you choose?" And then just cut it off.
Right.
Here is now
Dumpster.
Kimbo.
Cuts off Jose, cuts off Guy, cuts off Fred, cuts off James Fox. Doesn't ask about Logan Paul footage.
Seriously, I was proper ready to sing a song then as well. I'm not playing my guitar all week.
Guy's been practicing for the James Fox face song like literally all week.
Oh yeah, who turned up? Oh, Kimball's here. I noticed that. Oh yeah, I probably should put his title on this thing.
The Roast of Prophet Kimball Mortensen.
Sure.
Comedy Central presents.
I did talk about it, Red. Sorry you didn't ever take my advice, put it all to bed. But don't cry, because it's gay when men cry.
Why are we calling him a prophet? Oh, because the orb thing? Is that what that means?
Yes, because he what's the word, Kimball? Like
Chinese
when you say
lanterns?
something
It's 2 words.
like in Mormonism you're like, I can't talk about it. Or like it's a divination. Is that what you called it?
No, I think that's Catholicism.
Something about like you're not supposed to talk about your experience unless like you feel like compelled to prophesy or something like that. You said the other day.
Yeah, but you can't name
You know
it.
what I'm talking about?
He's still practicing, Kimball. He's still practicing moment or what?
I didn't practice any of that. Honestly, you can ask Shane. I was expecting him to take over the whole thing, and then I just rolled with it, and it like kind of worked out up to a point.
No, especially if you've not done enough research as well, man. But no, it's one of them. But yeah, I'm fucking pissed that you've cut off me a song at the end, man.
Honestly, like I'm so high that like after I like put those comments, I was like, oh shit, I could probably go back and still like salvage the space if my co-hosts are still there. But I don't know. I probably was too late.
It's all UFO Shane's fault.
Yeah, fuck UFO Shane. What the fuck, dude? I'm sorry, dudes. I did my best. Y'all know I'm awkward and weird and clumsy, but I obviously love Tupa, so
You did fine, Kimball. Don't worry about it.
There's room for growth, though.
Indeed. Good co-host will sort you out, man. Honestly, get a good co-host who can command the room and shit. You can concentrate on your questions and stuff and do your research, man, and you'll fucking bang on it. You know what I mean?
whatever. I fucked up for sure, but mostly it was good. God bless. Especially you, Red.
Yeah, because the best co-host you could have, you brought up at the very end.
Oh shit, I haven't been paying attention. Damn. Did Kimball just leave?
No, it's
I
still
think
there, man. Oh, he's gone.
Ba-na-na-na-na. Yeah.
What up, Tupa?
Did we have to bump Kimball down? This shit was
No, he left.
uh-oh. I bet he's just switching his profile. I was gonna suggest to him just to have like a notebook handy. I keep my iPad next to me for spaces like that, so I can always write down because I'm usually kind of stoned or nervous or whatever. So a notepad is like pretty much the base level assistant you're gonna need in that situation. But he's not even here. You guys know this.
That's a great suggestion. I noticed that Andrew does that where when we have a spaces with a lot of hands up. He's referenced his notebook several times, and I've thought about that because sometimes by the time it gets to me, the conversation's changed, and I've heard so many random things I already forgot what I was going to say. So I feel like that's something I need to start doing as well, is just keeping a little notebook around for thoughts when everybody's got their hands up.
Yeah, I do that with a notepad on the iPhone. Because yeah, like you said, you just forget. There's so many points you want to hit, and then you don't remember. And we're all high anyways.
And if it's like for real, some of us are blasted on some weed. Some of us are added up. You know, they're added up, and the notebook's really good. The conversation can flow all different kinds of places. It's just so impressive when someone gets to speak and like, oh, I want to discuss this point and that point, and earlier you said this. Like that's like, oh, okay, now we're doing something that an audience can listen to. You know what I mean? This should have an audience, where otherwise it can get goofy pretty quick.
What was more cringe? When Kimball brought up all the tuba stuff randomly, and then James immediately was like, "Oh, I gotta go eat dinner," or the Kurt Jemmengold, Linda Moulton Howe alien question.
Dude, I think you talking about the silence.
Yeah,
The silence heard. I think thankfully, the silence heard around the world is still taking the cake.
silence heard around the world.
Did I just unmuted my mic and my dog did this weird gag sound. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
That's my dog. He's like chewing his leg and he must have shoved his foot too far back and he gagged himself. Fucking random. Dude, that silence was crazy. It really, really was. But yeah, I like this space we just gotta keep it moving. Who's the next guest? From Greenwald to Green Street to Brandon Fugel what's happening next? You know, are me and Paul finally going to do our movie space? Is that the next big ask, the next big ticket item here? Just me
That
and
would be
Paul.
cool.
Dude, imagine how cringe if they ever interview Luna,
Oh damn!
Congresswoman Luna.
It was nice. He sees Brandon Fugel like we do, though. You know, he called him just like we do, like a really good guy. He's gonna share the information with all of us, and that's how he called him. Like he sees us. You know, he sees him just like, yeah.
What do you think? He's extremely likable. And I find that to be true too. It's actually hard to see him go toe to toe with people online because you know that he's a nice guy. Just kind of you might be pushed to the limit. You know, these certain points on social media can kind of get under anybody's skin. But he's so freaking likable. But who's more likable, Fugel or Doty on Spaces?
Personally, I'm gonna say Fuel.
Okay, I agree with that because he's younger. You know what I mean? I can relate to him more. But I was really shocked by Doty's like candor and his niceness and his like just like, oh yeah, yeah, this is what the EBEs sounded like. You know, he's
I,
just so ready to go.
I think Brandon wants to be liked.
You know what?
My
Actually,
problem, my problem with Doty is the last space that he was in with us. He said something along the lines of, he knows some sort of truth that he could tell us, but he's not going to tell us because he thinks we're not ready for it. And that really got under my skin because who are you to tell me I'm not ready for it? And if you got some sort of information, then you need to just fucking share it.
that's real.
Who
But also,
knows
I was
what
gonna say
Doty really knows?
to your point, I think what adds to it is because like he's such like a what is it like a villain, right, in the ufology lore, and then when you actually talk to him, he sounds like kind of like a nice, almost downbeaten dude. You know what I mean? From that title that he has, so it just like makes it even more of like, oh, he's a nice guy, like you know what I mean?
Or it's all just a fucking persona.
All fake.
Richard Doty, the doting grandpa. I think the next guest after Greenwald, Green Street, and Fox should be Red Fox, and then Jamie Fox.
We need to get Dan Aykroyd.
That's actually super fire, huh? Has he done one recently about like all this stuff?
I don't know. I don't know if he's commented on any of
Like
the
yeah, like
recent
any interview or
happenings.
anything. Yeah, that's a good idea, Heather. There you go. Heather and guys start up UFO outros.
He only does freaking Rogan. That's like the only thing I've seen him do in the past decade.
He might be busy. Isn't there a new Ghostbusters movie coming out?
There just was one.
Oh,
I think he was in it, yeah.
that Bob Lazar music video. Who is the celebrity who caught a UFO on their camera? You know what I'm talking about? Was it Russell Crowe? I got a clip of like some news clip. Was it some sort of actor saw a
Kurt Russell
UFO?
saw the Phoenix Lights first.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he saw the Phoenix Lights. He didn't catch them on video or anything. He was with his son, Wyatt.
Oh, okay.
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah, who's also an actor now. And looks exactly like his father.
Let's get some of these people.
I want a staffer who like is familiar with Salon, like the other end of that phone call.
Can we get one of the people from the NASA panel?
Let's get Miley Cyrus talking about the alien that waved at her in her car or whatever.
Oh yeah, and then we can also get Demi Lovato, and she could tell us how she knows that aliens don't like to be called aliens.
Hate crime.
I mean, I actually that was like my experience. There's some aliens that were laughing at me saying they weren't aliens.
Logan, are you checking your requests?
Is anyone speaking, yo?
I think we're all just still thinking about that moment from earlier.
All right.
The cringiest moment I've ever experienced in a Twitter space.
It was probably, you got to feel sorry for him. No, it was difficult. That, you know what I mean? What was it say? You got to message Green Street and get Nick Pope on.
I could do without Nick Pope, TBH.
Who else can we brainstorm to bring up in here?
I can get some nutters on. Some proper experiences who've still going through some shit.
Hey,
Are there any world leaders who have claimed to see a UFO?
Could get Fife Symington, the former governor of Arizona. I'm sure he's not on Twitter
I
though.
hate you. I was just staring at his face. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. I read your mind.
It's not a good wank bank, that, Logan.
Did you say wang bang?
Wank bank.
Oh.
Fife Symington's in your wank bank?
No, in
And
Logan's.
That's so crazy. I just got done wing jangling.
Done what? Sorry, just got done what?
You ain't wing jangled?
I've not heard that one.
Bro, do you even wank jangle?
You can't afford it.
Yeah, I don't even know what Bang Jangle is. So I'd have to
What do you
Google
think it
it.
is? If you had to guess, what
Oh,
do you think it means?
Bells
play
are
me, play
ringling,
me
wang
Gepetto.
dang jingling
Dude,
too.
the thing tomorrow won't be televised or streamed, but the press will be allowed there. It's lame.
What thing tomorrow?
Oh, set up your tripod.
It's next week, isn't it? No, it's on
Yeah.
26th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 26th.
Okay.
Someone said they were announcing who's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought that was supposed to be today, actually. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm actually probably, maybe, possibly going to go to the hearing in person.
Yeah, the sad thing about the hearing, though, is it's a public hearing, so they're not going to announce anything classified. But the thing is, I hope they're going to get the people that I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but the people who stood up at the press hearing that Greer put on, because they're all coming forward now and fucking actually gone into hiding and shit, scared of what the fucking what the comeuppance is.
The Greer peoples, they didn't pass their background tests. They're specifically not going to show up.
They've gave the stuff to the Senate committee, though, I think Senate investigation committee.
They did, but I believe that they were at least two of those guys didn't pass background checks.
Thank God.
Really?
Thank God they're finally investigating.
Yeah,
Hey, what was the cringe moment? Gossip with me. I missed it.
there's reasons to that, though. I know Eric Heckler should be there.
Kristen, I'm trying to get you up, but it's just not working. Bear with me.
hey, Paul, weren't you just in Diana Pasulka's class with me? What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought that was you. Hell yeah. That was pretty cool. I mean, like, it was fine. I hope the classes get better. It was a good intro.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a recap, I guess, for a lot of people who are new, but I had some questions, so it was interesting. I liked it.
Yeah, same. A lot of really cool people attending.
So we're more validated if cool people attend.
What? I'm
What?
not talking about validating. I'm just saying that there were cool people there. Like
Kind of like validation.
No, I think people
what?
just that they asked good questions. There was a lot of informational discourse in the seminar, and people brought a lot of good questions and topics to the table that they were able to answer, in my opinion.
Oh,
Was
I
it
don't
on
want
a
to speak to James. I want to speak to your mother.
was it on a Twitter space or webinar?
No, it was through like a Zoom call through Morbid Anatomy that Diana Pasulka is teaching a class on the protocols.
Oh, yeah, man. Did you have to pay for it though?
Oh, of course.
Nothing is free, dog. Get real. How many revolutions around the sun will it take for you to realize?
I don't know. I realized pretty quick that money talks. You know what I mean? But yeah, I didn't hear any. Was it free?
Nope, it costs money.
Yeah, thought so.
Well, it was fine.
No, it's cool. These things cost me. People don't make a living in it. You know what I mean? They're just fucking full of nothing, to be honest. In my eyes, anyway. I mean, you've got a career in something, you make a living in it, don't you? Got to live.
Yeah.
Sadly.
It is. Yeah, sadly indeed. We live in a world that's run by money. Just is what it is.
And it's all because that dumbass fish climbed out of water.
Well, no, everything is want. We all want. That's just like the way it is. And when somebody wants in return, we shouldn't persecute for that. Everything is want.
Want to enrich their mind, so they pay to make it grow.
Hey, Zhang Bu.
Hey, what's going on? The discussion of water reminded me that I was thinking the other day, like, what if that South Korean little whatever military installation thing is actually just like a water reservoir? That'd be kind of crazy, huh?
Are you talking about North Korea?
I mean, I thought there was like a picture of a South Korean installation, like up on a hillside that looks like a radio dish in a way when you first look at it, but inverted, and supposedly contains a large craft, which I find kind of odd because actually I spent a lot of time in South Korea, in Seoul, which is pretty mountainous. And yeah, I used to, ride the bikes, go exploring, hiking, all that stuff. So I'm familiar with the terrain. And yeah, it just seemed kind of odd when I saw that picture. I was like, what in the
Yeah,
heck
The
is
six
that?
divorced 2 kids.
just like make that up. Didn't wasn't that? Sorry, Ross Coulthart said that there was like a craft somewhere, but then someone was just like, "Yeah, it's here in South Korea." Wasn't that just a random guess?
I'm not sure, but it would be tricky to get a craft up to the top of like a hill. I mean, there's a lot of like little military installations um, on tops of like little mountains. And in fact, I used to run cross country, so I used to run and jog like up these back roads on the hills, and um, like there was one of these kind of installations uh, behind Camp Red Cloud, which is Second Infantry Division. Used to be a base, not there. I think it's still there, but the U.S. troops have moved elsewhere. But anyway, I used to run out from Camp Red Cloud, go around the back, out through the countryside, up the hill, up the mountain, and it was like 3 miles up, or 3 miles by the time we got to the top, and up on the top was like a little South Korean military base. We used to just touch the gate, wave at the guards, and then come back down. But yeah, I mean, the idea that a craft would be like transported specifically up to the top of one of these hills, as suggested within that Twitter tweet, seemed kind of odd to me.
I didn't know they
Built
supposedly moved
around.
this craft. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is wasn't it so large it couldn't be moved? And then people went on Google Maps or whatever and found the largest, most circular building they could find. And be like, okay, that's the one right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was just kind of like wanted to get that off my chest, so to speak, since I actually spent some years there. And like, there used to be a large U.S. Army garrison. The main Army garrison that's been there for so long was like in this part of Seoul called Yongsan, and uh, part of that base, because the troops ended up moving out of that big huge base in Seoul. Part of that base got converted into like a national, like air, almost like an air force or like military kind of museum place where people would go visit, kind of like a Smithsonian museum, and it's a pretty freaking large um, place, and it was built brand new. I'm thinking like probably around, I don't know, like the Y2K, somewhere around there. I think it was built. And I was thinking, like, if you were going to hide like a craft in South Korea, that would be like the perfect place. Just pop it underneath that kind of a museum. But anyway, thanks for letting me speak. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, I put a picture in the top. If it's anywhere, if it's anywhere, and there's anything like that, it being the South Pole. The stuff that went on there in the 50s was just crazy. And if anything had crashed and something was that big, there would be something.
But the South Pole is jointly owned by 17 different countries or whatever, and Ross Coulthart specifically said it's in a foreign country.
It is a foreign country, though. It's a shared. It's a shared government. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what the government. The thing the government's called. It's like shared government. Shared treaty. So it's classed as a foreign country, but it's not a territorial. You can't make a territorial claim. It's just a shared thing for the peace and the scientific research and everything's all shared and cooperative, and it makes you wonder why it's cooperative, just that place, considering it's got so many resources.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound like, when he says foreign country, like, wouldn't that have to mean if it was in the South Pole that it was in like a chunk of the South Pole, a little slice of the pie that's not owned by the Five Eyes? It's like, nope, the Iranian portion is where the UFO is. Like, that just sounds, I'm sorry, that doesn't sound like what he was talking about to me.
I know, what, like I say, what does Ross Coulthart know at the end of the day? It's just kind of making comprehensive, not making like calculated guesses. Because I've come to this conclusion ages ago, but if there is one anywhere, as well, 2010, like I told people before, the Marines apparently found a Biminar in Afghanistan, near I can't remember, near Kandahar, I think it was, and the Marines, well, the Five Eyes went out there in the same week in June, I think it was, June the 10th, and David Cameron went over from England, and they apparently was going to get blasted out the sky by terrorists, and he cancelled his trip to see the troops and went elsewhere. But they all went the same place in the same week, and except the United States, except Obama, all the four of the Five Eyes leaders went there, and apparently they found a Viminar, but who knows?
Yeah, I've heard that guess. That would make some sense. You also hear that there was like a, what do you call it, like a Stargate in Afghanistan or Iraq rather. Like who the fuck knows? What's up, Randy?
Yeah, I put that South Korea location in the corner pocket that people were talking about recently.
It is a weird looking building. I've seen people analyze it and like, I don't know, try to
A
rationalize it
round craft, pretty large round craft would fit right inside there.
like a glove, but what was your name? Jong Bukor, like you were saying, I think it would be a little weird if it was, because it's supposed to be unmovable, so that would have to mean that it like crashed into the mountain and then they built that on top of it, which
Yeah, maybe they built around it after it. Yeah, did they build something over it?
Or maybe they excavated it, you know, built over that.
I
But
mean, yeah, because it's like it's like Skinwalker Ranch. Is there something in the bluff? So is that something similar?
Another thing I noticed when I was over there a long time ago was like driving through parts of Seoul, like not right downtown, but like maybe a little bit farther north. Where it's still going to be hilly and like you like going up this valley or whatever, and you turn onto another road and go through another valley, and like you drive right through like a tank traps. Like they have like a lot of random um, military type construction and stuff like that. But I mean, I never saw like anything super super suspicious. Tank traps are cool and all, but whatever. Anyway.
if not for the fact that you said a foreign country, I think like maybe in the outback or something, because there's just so much space there. What would be the funniest country for it to be in? I don't know.
It's a noodle of a question. That Australia. Yeah.
Just trying to think of a funny country, but all of the ones that are funny to me are not foreign.
Djibouti.
Thank you.
I don't care how old I am, the name of that country will always make me giggle.
Me too. My cousins lived there for years in the military.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Did
there's like
did they
mil
go to Djibouti, Djibouti?
I believe so, and they make Djibouti food a lot. They've moved back since, but yeah, I think my cousin's husband was stationed there for years.
What are the odds?
I remember when I first learned about Djibouti. I think I was in middle school, and I was like, "You're lying." And then they pointed it out on a map. I was like, "No way."
Oh, it's a good one. What's it called? Swaziland? What the fuck is that place called?
I don't know.
It's something like that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up now. Also, that's the funniest one. Yeah, it's called Swaziland. It's in South Africa.
Tasmania.
That UFO is probably floating in the middle of the garbage island.
The Isle of Dogs.
All right, so like I'm accepting people to come up and then they just disappear once they're accepted.
Yeah, specifically Kristen seems to be
Yeah, I'm
having
here.
issues.
No, it's my internet.
Oh,
So I
Oh,
wanted to
hello.
touch on Swaziland. Swaziland is the section of South Africa that is primarily the Zulu people. And Swaziland is kind of treated like its own, almost like its own little country. And it's very different. And in South Africa has a very diverse cultural influence due to the previous countries that had previously owned it, in addition to people that came in. Predominantly, like the province of Durban has a large, high population of Indians that came from India. They came all through Africa to help make the railway lines. And so you have that big province there in South Africa where you'll get a lot of the same traditional Indian cuisines intermixed with common South African foods such as like braai and pap and chakalaka. Um, and chakalaka is kind of like their form of coleslaw, which is very fascinating. Googled recipes and stuff, and but yeah, it's its own little country. It's very different, very unique, and they have their own, you know, just way of doing things, and that's all I have to really say about that. And I yield to the next speaker.
Oh, thank you. I,
Man, my kids used to say "boom shakalaka."
right?
Yeah,
I did not
chakalaka
expect to learn
is a
about the
form.
origin of. Sorry, I did not expect to
Yeah,
learn about the origin of shakalaka.
yeah, chakalaka is technically a form, as I said, a form of coleslaw, and they serve it at as a side in like braais, which is their form of barbecue, being spelled Braai, braai. And so it's like a charcoal form of cooking barbecue. And it's nice and smoky, but not charred like Americans like. They do just enough on the fire to cook it, but not burn it. And Americans, when they do charcoal, they want to like burn the daylights out of it. And but it was interesting, and it's what got me on the tangent of it is that my dad has been to Africa several times, and I mean through his career. And one of the things I thought about making him was biltong, which is a form of jerky. And I found the spices through Amazon. I just haven't bought them yet, but I do know where to get them. And I wanted to recreate for my dad, you know, other things that he liked, such as like the Mosey beer, which is actually a corn-based beer, and a few other things. And we may not be able to get the Castle beer as well, but Mosey was what we had when he and I and my mother were were in Zambia. But that was one of the many trips that he had been in Africa, and he just had certain things that he liked, and I started, looking up like their form of donuts in South Africa is called co-sisters, and some people make it into like a French twist, or it's kind of like depending on how it's made, like the Caucasian European descent people make it into French twist. The true Africans tend to make it into more of like an egg shape type dough. So it's really actually very fascinating. I'm sorry if I'm boring the room to death, but I that's how I got onto that tangent. Sorry.
That's great. I want barbecue now. The first one that you described sounds like Pittsburgh barbecue or whatever you call it, where they just cook it really fast, then it's still rare on the inside.
That's
Yes,
cool that
that's
you
correct.
want to bring that passion back to your dad.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Well, I can cook, and that's one of the few things that I am very nerdy about and can cook very well. And it's I get the talent honestly from my mother. Definitely not him, but definitely from my mother. And I can make you just about anything. And when I found out that I could order the spices to do the biltong and therefore the South African sausage, now granted I could make it in the sense of like doing the casing and stuff, but I I think I may just do a modified form to where it's not in link form, and which is for the Boerswurst. And Boerswurst is basically a type of sausage that's got spices in it, and you barbecue it, and it's very long links. It's not like what Americans are used to seeing, like where you have like maybe a few inches and then you have a next link, or do these are like coiled up links. And I was like, okay, so probably do a modified form, and then the biltong. I have a dehydrator. I just got to get the spices and pick my cuts of meat that I want to dehydrate for the experiment. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
I'm obsessed with Northern Thai sausage. I forget what it's called right now. That stuff is the best. Oh my God. It's also like a coiled sausage. Like I dream about that shit. Can't get that anywhere, like on the East Coast.
Actually, I
Every
would
night I
think
dream
that would be
about
same for here
sausage.
too.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I don't think if I would know anywhere here where I am where that could be, because we don't. Well, we do have a lot of Asian markets, but not necessarily like a wet market to where you could buy it. I imagine if you got the spices, you could make an Americanized form, but once again, it probably wouldn't taste the exact same as the way you remember it. So
Yeah, I
there
don't
may
know. I
be a
mean,
way
I
around
doubt
it.
that. I'm sure, yeah, it could be done. I don't know if I could do it, but there's a famous Northern Thai food market in Los Angeles that I would go to like literally every day. I just went there when I was in LA last month, and oh, I miss it. But what can you do? Welcome to the space, Inked Pixie.
Hello, hello. You guys are talking about one of my favorite things, food.
Right?
Paul, I heard you say something about there's no good places to get Chinese sausage on the East Coast.
No, Northern Thai sausage. Not just
Oh,
regular Thai sausage. Not Isan sausage, but Northern Thai.
well, I'm by Boston, so I think that Chinatown might overlap with Thai stuff. And there's a bunch of small markets around here and butcheries. I can do some searching for you if you want me to.
That's very kind of you. To be honest, I haven't looked that hard. I'm just so spoiled by Thai Town in LA, but yeah, I love Chinatown here in New York. I've never been to, I haven't spent much time in Boston, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere. I shouldn't say that you can't get it at all.
You can find it, just look for it.
I will.
How's everybody doing? That good.
Doing great.
All right.
Yeah, it's been
That's
actually a
wonderful.
pretty good day.
Streaming about sausages.
The sauce. I walked into a sausage fest.
That's right.
That's all right. I've been working on my car all day, so I'm sitting here drinking a beer and listening to some good old haired metal because I'm a Gen X chick, and you guys are talking about food, so I don't know how much better it gets. I got my Got Ghosts hoodie on, so I'm all ready. I feel like it's a weekend.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. We had like the space started just to to roast one of our compatriots, and then we were talking about this class that Diana Pasulka is doing, but then Matt left, so now we're on to food, and now I'm unfortunately gonna have to leave in about 5 minutes. Y'all are gonna be on your own.
You still there, guy?
I'm still there, yo. I'm still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
like my texts never want to go through. It takes forever.
fucking signal's fucking stupid, man.
Hey, Paul, have you ever had Marcella's blood pudding?
Oh, but
No, I don't think so. What is that?
Blood pudding. That's a Portuguese dish.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I have.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of not necessarily blood sausage, but blood food, I had a blood orange for the first time a few weeks ago. And when I got the orange, they were given to me. And so when I went to go open the orange, like peel it, I was highly creeped out at first because like when I broke the peel, it just squirted red juice all over the place. I was like, what the fuck? Like it freaked me out. I wasn't prepared. And I was like, this must be a blood orange, right? And so I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. So I threw it away, right? But I still had another one. And a few days later, I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna try this bitch. It was so good. I was so mad at myself for throwing away the first one, but it creeped me out so hard because I was like, I can't do this.
You
Like,
threw out a blood orange for being too
imagine being the
bloody.
first imagine being the first person to fucking open a blood orange. Like, I would have been terrified if I was them.
It is bleeding.
Yeah, it looks just like blood. Like that shit sucks. I did not like it at first, but then when I tried it, I had to pump myself up before I took a bite, right? And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I took a bite. And I was like, this is fucking amazing.
What is that fruit? There's a lot of weird fruits out there. That's hilarious, Heather. The blood orange was too bloody for you. There's like, but there isn't there a fruit that looks like when you cut it open, it looks like a severed limb or something. There's some really weird ones.
Thought of carrot.
I don't know.
There's one fruit that makes you taste everything that's sour tastes sweet, and everything that tastes sweet tastes sour. I think it's called
Yeah.
miracle fruit, miracle fruit. But there's
can I have
also
the
You
egg
sound
with it?
very muffled.
oh, sorry about that. Let me fix it.
That is it. Yeah, miracle fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot.
Are you talking about beans? What fruit are you guys talking about? Also, Kurt Cobain has a song called Beans. You should check it out. It's pretty good.
Isn't it bizarre how fruit is like perfect for the human consumption?
It's made to be poop out the seeds, right? Like that's what fruits are. It's just a way for trees to spread their seeds through poop.
Uh-huh. Have you ever
And
had jackfruit?
I was actually just about to bring up jackfruit. You read my mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another northern Thai kind of delicacy. That jackfruit salad. I love that shit.
Come on, you get shitloads of pies in America. Dead nice ones as well. Cherry pie and huckleberry pie. What's your
That's
favourite
the
fruit
most
pie?
British thing I've ever heard you say.
Pies.
Huckleberry pie.
They're my huckleberry.